Hello, everybody. Uh, Come back, pop up here, have a little live chat with you guys. We just did a video with Paulina talking about this unification process within you. But during the unification processes in there, guys, you will find things. You will find that when you went through your spiritually awakening, the reason was because something in the physical realm wasn't proper, was not good, or you didn't like it, or it was too rough, or something. And you may find this comfort and into the spirituality, into the soul, which is normal because that's what you're supposed to go. You go for advices from within yourself. But when you look at it on this more deeper within a whole, because today I went out and there was this collective meditations that came out of pop up me, and I'm like, okay, this is more deeper than I thought. I know I saw that quote. There was a out on a Facebook. You probably see that a lot. It says never hate the experience that shaped you. So if you kind of like have an bad 3D experience in your life before you even awaken as a twin flame, before you even you got in the to the spirituality, before anything like that, you're gonna find out that when you go so high up in the sky, you go up in there, you go ahead and do your things, you evolve, you awaken, and so on. You have to deal with this. You have to deal with the things that you don't like, the things that don't happen from within. Maybe you have to look at it and see what was your experience. If that was the experience with parents, you have to forgive your parents. They didn't know what they were doing. If that was the people who trespass against you or they did something else, you gotta forgive them. They probably did not know what they're doing. If they knew what they were doing, then that is a for them, not for you. But you have to learn to forgive and keep on going in there. But when we're talking about those experiences, guys, caught up a lot of during this meditation, caught up a lot of issues. People like to stay into the spiritual realm. They trusting so much the spiritual energies and so on, and they do begin to believe inside of them. They build this power, these situations that the spiritual is responsible to do something for you. And while we're talking about it, it was like giving it the clue at the end of that video that she and I did it, recorded today. I was giving you the clue what that is. Because if you go to the spirituality, but you don't fix your physical life, you don't fix your physical life that you enjoy it, you have to enjoy your job. You have to enjoy your things that you do in the physical realm. At the same time, you enjoy your spiritual life. And at some point, you will understand in order to get it into a union, you gotta have those union with these things inside of you. They're not just gonna be falling from the sky. The money not just gonna fall off in your pocket. Okay, I mean, you can do a certain things, you can do a certain situations, and so on and so on. But your inner work from within yourself, you cannot be just getting there. So, Grande, hi. Thank you for coming in. Lydia, hi. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for saying hi to everyone. JCKCPI, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Glad that you're present. And when we're talking about this, a lot of the people continue to doing it. This Sol Mila, hi. Thank you for coming in. So a lot of the people still doing this, going from the one extreme to another. But when they go to the shifts, they do begin to don't like or hate that experience that shaped them to move from the one place to another. David, hi David. Hi David, thank you that you're in Vancouver. Oh wow, here is CC. Hi, we talk about you, CC, talking about don't be a salmon. Thank you. And now you see the dragons. Yes, the dragons here, and a panda bear. Haha, with who? With Paulina, we was talking about the last time you were in the live. You talking about don't be a salmon, and salmon goes against the stream. Yeah, not to go against the energies. So that was a very good message for him, CC. Like, don't go against God. Oh yeah, exactly. And here is what happens is that you need to enjoy your experience here on earth, your physical experience together with your with your spiritual experience. You have to join them both, because in the paradigms, when I look at it currently the way there is, I'm talking about this programming, it was always from the one to another. There was never been unbalance. There has never been a pretty much hard moment from the society that always has something to do with this. And there has always been this balance. The one person wants something, the other person wants something, but they did not understand that they are doing from material spirituality, spirituality material, material spirituality, and never happy, never had enclosed this circus of with it. But if you look at it in the underneath in the shell in there, that is a like the two sides of the twin flames coming in together with the interdependence. Because if your spirituality, depending on your material possessions and your way of making money, then guess what? At some point, you are gonna have rough time. If you're making the tons of money, but the money doesn't buy happiness. They don't bring you happiness. Internally, inside of your soul, what's the big deal? You're making tons of money. So there is these balances in there that the people looking at. And when it comes to this, for it, hi darling, thank you for coming to your chat. Um, yes, it was good, hilarious, and it was great message. Says yes. For Lydia, love your wall covering. Thank you. Actually, this is on the top. It comes from it's from India. This is the half moons, and I have for it. This is Ganesh, and right there it's my crystals, and of course the Libra is in there. And yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I learned to embrace my process and feel happy to help others by sharing the knowledge of what I'm learning. I'm happy that you are in union with Paulina. I'm happy for you. Thank you, David. 11:44 time in Canada. Ooh, there we go. And there, appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Me and Paulina working so diligent. When we bite something, we getting in bite. Like when we get into something, we go in, we have the talks, we do the work, we see how the things, we work with the energies, and we give it to you guys. So for those of you, just a reminder out there, we are having a workshop in Spain. We would love to see you there, guys. You're gonna see a lot of things from us coming in. So yeah. But to go back into this, what is I'm talking about the meditations that was there. Um, into that meditation, I see that over the ages, That was one of the main big issues for couples when they were fighting from within. I'm talking about from within first in a personal level. The one person wanted something, the other person wants something else. And there was not this common ground in there. And when the one person begins to understand this internal unification process between this physical and spiritual realms, they're passing into the other. But there is some more mystery about this physical and spiritual unification within you. You will not enjoy your spiritual energies if you are not in the physical form. You have to be in the physical form you to perform the duties as a spiritual personality, because that's the only way that the spirit actually does something. I mean, you can do a work as a spiritual guide. If you're upstairs, you can do a lot of the things. But what really matters is to bring the heaven on earth. We'll talk about with Paulina today. And it's a great message, you guys. It's a great video. Actually, I'm going to put the video into below after we're finishing here, so you guys can watch that. It's a beautiful, beautiful message that we have for you guys. And look at yourself. What is your questions about this? What is your problems is about this? Because we're talking about you to fully understand embodiment of the soul. That's what comes into the bottom side. The embodiment for the soul. Because of that's what the purpose is. Twin flames is evolving all the time. The question is inside of you. It is about this evolutions inside of you. How you taking it, how you evolve, how doing things. Lorian, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Margot, thank you for coming in. I mean Margaret, but they call it Margot. So yeah. But look inside. Do you understand a little bit more deeper from within you that part of you unifying those two experiences? Because if you have negative physical experience, it may lead you to the spiritual, but it leads you to the spiritual so you can understand it from spiritual standpoint and you can fix the things in the physical. But if you don't like the physical and you only stay into the spiritual realm, what do you do with that? You're not doing nothing. You basically don't learn the process. It's the same time. You go, you find that there are spiritual situations, you find the spiritual things, but you want God, you want the spiritual world, you want miracles to happen. Well, you are the miracle. Then you go and you get to work and you perform what you got. You give the message that you get. You do the work that you need to do. So that way, that is this balance inside of you. And what that balance is going to bring the balance with the relationship with others, specifically talking about within the union. Because it's a divine union in there. You can't just have the spiritual side and talking about all the time about the spiritual side. You also have to have the material side. But you can't always look at it in the material side. You always have to get into the spiritual realm. But when you look at it within the divine energies that comes in and they guide you, at some point they're like your parents. The divine energies, they're like your parents. They comes in and they say, okay, you reach 18 years old, life is in front of you. There is no more codependence. Some of the people are codependent within what's going on within their spirituality and so on. What about you? Take yourself and getting in there. I was going to be spill something up here, but that is in the last part of the video that me and Paulina did. Yeah, So, guys, if you have so many questions about it, or you want to share something, or you have a hard time with it, you can go ahead and ask them questions right now. But this is what's kind of like the message I wanted to give it to you guys right now. So, at some point, um, as we evolve as a community, we evolve as energies, we're getting into understand something more and more and more. We begin to adjust this, calibrate it, put more pieces together, trying to figure out this journey, how to make it beautiful, how to make it beautiful. You to have and enjoy that experience up here. I mean, you got the glimpses of that experience when you become to be awakened. When you got that glimpses for the first time, you got ignited. When the first time you got that bubble love, is all inside of you. It's not someplace else. Don't looking for an outside source. Everything that you ever wanted, it's inside of you. So that was kind of like the message I have for you guys today. But some of the people, they're still looking in there for something. What are they looking for? I mean, look at it inside of you. What are you looking for? What are you waiting for? If you think that like you have to wait for the divine, there is a issue within you. I mean, I'm not talking about like an issue, but it's about like more like you to realize something even more deeper than that. Because you choose to came here to the earth to have experience as a soul in a living body. Why did you choose that? What was that all about? You will remember. Will remember things inside of you. Did you came here to fix the world? Did you came here to helping the people? Did you came here to help yourself? Did you came to finish business that you started but didn't finish from previous lives? Whatever that might be in within you. But the good things comes in when everything within you begins with balance. And that balance transfer from you to your partner, and your partner gets the balance, and they give balance within you. That is the beauty we would like to give you guys. That's the beauty. So take your time, think what we just said through this, watch the video that I'm going to be posting, and you guys can see. Maybe some of you is going to come into a realizations inside of yourself what you have been missing all this time. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. If there is no questions, we're just gonna close these sessions out. If some of you have questions, please write them down. All right, David, I feel identified following you because you are a man. I saw your videos, and the many things that happen to you are happening to me, and I feel very happy seeing that there are more men in the progress. Yep. Some of the masculine, divine masculine energies, they see these energies of me, and I'm glad, David, that you see it. It took me a lot of work. It took me some work to get it in there, and this is what we're here for. I was even talking about this before. We're here as an examples, and people see our example, and then through the example, they are seeing it that is achievable. When they see it is achievable, they begin to believe that they can do it. And once the belief is inside of them and the energy, when they do it, they overcome their fears, their issues, their situations, and so on, and then understand that it's worked. And that's how the truth is passed through it. That is the path of the truth in there. the true example. And I'm so happy that you're recognizing in this. And it's so good that you're seeing it this. And if I'm your example, thank you. That's mean a lot to me for it. So, Dave, I appreciate that, what you're saying here. So, I mean, with men, it's so hard to work. Man has to swallow their pride, their ego. They have to put it, their ego and a pride into their butt packets and never come out of there. And talking about this ego and these situations within, do you know how nice it is when your ego and a pride is putting behind you and your partner's intuitions is talking to your authority inside of you? And you're not tripping, you're not doing anything. You just listen. The wisdom that the feminine energy is giving you to your masculine. And then you take the masculine energies inside of you. You're filling the gaps with your masculine energy and you send it back and to the feminine energy. And they see that you're not changing because of them. You change because of you. There is no reasons there. But when you change you, you appreciate your partner. And that's what's love. And when that love comes out of you as a masculine energy towards your feminine, this is how the feminine feels the love in the soul. Your appreciation. This is deep, deep. But masculine energies, divine masculine energy, especially those people who did their inner work, since the last year we were talking about this. And since Mars was for 6 months, he was in Gemini. Why? To learn to become friend to himself. That later on is going to begin. He was in divine energies in Cancer. And right now he's in Virgo. He is there healed and continue to healing. A lot of the masculine energies, they will be healed. A lot of the masculine energies will become healer. But don't forget about it. And the partners, the both masculine and feminine exist for that purpose. So they can learn to put the pride and the ego aside, but to enjoy those energies, to enjoy that beautiful connection, that beautiful part of love. But you cannot enjoy it if you're kind of like a focus of what I was in my surviving kids, or I don't like my experience as a kid. I don't like this physical realm that I have to deal with. I'm going to shove this underneath the rug. It takes guts. And those guts, they're not that hard. They were just have to be there. But the journeys get better when you begin to understand who you are. But if you have preferences, judgments, you have this ego, what about me, and so on, you're not enjoying it. You worry more about it. Do you know what is the good replacements of the word worry? Mindful. But if you don't have a mind, you can only feel. Now you're getting into what you're feeling within the energies, and you feel your true self there. So that's all it was. All right, guys. There is no any more questions. Thank you guys for coming in. And oh, Cece, guys, got a phone call back now. You are welcome, Paulina. It comes as it comes. Thank you, Cece. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah, we were talking about that. And hi, Faye Thomas. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You guys are all welcome. Hopefully, this messages is gonna be helping you out, guys. And we're gonna get some more videos towards you guys. Love you. We love, guys. See you next time.